It's just about getting your ass off the couch and just making it happen. No one else is going to do it for you. Get up and have a crack.
Yeah.
I was embarrassed. I was so out of shape. I sat in the car that day and I thought, what are you doing, mate? I don't get this time back with my kids. Went to the doctors and got all the info I needed on Ozempic, and I thought, this is it. This is do or die. Like, which way am I going to go?
All right, here we are at MPT HQ with MPT Rebuild and Success client all the way from South Australia, Warren Hughes.
Thank you.
Thanks for joining us, mate. We're here to do an MPT arm day workout and have a chat about how you've lost
just under 24 in 23 weeks.
Just under 24 kilos.
Yeah.
Amazing, yeah. And tell me, mate, what did your scan say you come in at body fat wise?
So I did a scan a couple of days ago and it was bang on 8%.
8% body fat. You remember what your starting one was?
I reckon it was around 29, nearly 30.
You're around 30%.
Yeah.
Keep in mind, we're going to be showing pictures of the previous Warren, 23 weeks ago.
Yeah, right.
Mate, how'd you do it?
I don't know. It was easy, but it was hard. I just needed the plan and the structures in getting it right. And as soon as we hooked up, we got the plan sorted, we got the meals sorted, and I just went day by day. Didn't look back really, like it was just like tick off the day, let's go again next week.
Yeah.
And I think because the weight was coming off well, especially early days, I think I lost nearly 6 kilos in the first 2 weeks.
In the first fortnight, wow.
Yeah. So that just built momentum. It obviously slowed up as we got further down the road, but I've always been able to lose. But then seeing the body change shape as well over time was another big motivator. But yeah, I think the simple meals, the easy plan to follow, it just made sense and it worked well.
And for context, mate, how young a fellow are you?
Just turned 45.
Just turned 45?
Yeah,
how many kids?
3 kids, 11-year-old son and 2 girls. Nearly 15, nearly 18, so yeah.
That'd be fun.
Yeah, it's busy. It's epic.
And you're a FIFO worker?
FIFO, yeah, working 8 and 6 roster, Prominent Hill, just north of Adelaide, so yeah.
So what would you say to a dad of 3 that does FIFO or is in another busy profession who's making excuses sitting behind the couch going, yeah, well, it's easy for Warren, but it's not easy for me? What would you say to that bloke?
We're all busy and we all use excuses, but until you have a crack, you don't know. And it's just excuses holding you back. As soon as you take that step and you dive into it, and you realise how easy it can actually be once you get your structures and routines in place. Yeah. Don't get me wrong, I'm flat out 24/7 whether I'm at work or at home, but now that I've got a bit of a system that works and just follow it, just do it, have a crack.
Yeah, and you were telling me before that you were at the doctor's office looking into the jab, looking into Ozempic and all the other...
Yeah, I felt like I'd tried everything and my motivation was getting worse because I was looking worse, feeling like shit. Spoke to my wife, she's like, why don't you look into something else? So I actually went to the doctors and got all the info I needed on Ozempic. Got home, read over it all, and I thought, this is it, this is do or die, like which way am I going to go? And then switched to this at last minute with a mate's advice, and away we went.
Yeah. Who was that mate?
Pete Keynes, good family friend. I'd seen his progress over time, and my wife, so she grew up with Pete, and she's like, why don't you talk to Pete, see what he's been doing? So I was actually, my lad had basketball training one night, and the coach is really good, gets us involved in their training, all the dads out, and I was at that stage where I was embarrassed to get on the court, so I didn't even get out the car one night. I was like, I said to my lad, I'll do some work in the car, and I sat there doom scrolling and got hold of Pete, then got hold of you, and it just went within 24 hours, I was signed up, ready to go.
Amazing, there you go. Far out, so you took a good mate's advice.
Yeah, best advice I've ever got. Thanking him again the other day, sent him a message, and it's been a life changer for me, for sure.
Wasn't that long ago, he was standing here next to me.
I know, and I never would have thought I would have got to that stage. Just to lose, that initial 10 kilos in 12 weeks, I thought, if I get 10 off, I'll feel better than what I do now. So, and it's just rolled on from there.
Amazing. So what we'll do with this, we'll go through the workout and we'll break down the first 12 weeks, because I've got photos here of your first 12 weeks. Can you remember how much you lost in the first 12?
I think I was 14 and a half kilos or something, I reckon, in the first 12 weeks.
Yeah, and don't get me wrong, you look good here.
Yeah.
But I want to pick your brain later as to the mindset of why that wasn't good enough.
Yeah.
We live in a society sometimes, unfortunately, with dads, it's a near enough, good enough kind of mindset.
Yeah.
And I really want to pick your brains on what took you to the next level. I mean, I know how to get there and I know how to get people there. It's about getting people to want to get there. Yeah. We'll touch on that as we go. But let's do our second set.
Let's do it.
All right, just got done with our second working set. Can you believe that's you on camera? How you look?
Not at all. Just doesn't feel real. But
insane, yeah. And I often say this, like most blokes actually have their dream physique. It's just covered under 10, 20, 30, 40 kilos of fat. Your mate Pete had to lose 40 kilos of fat. He's a bigger guy though. You had to lose 24. You know, you look like an action hero today, mate.
I just don't feel the way I am now. I know it's me, but it doesn't feel like it's me. Sometimes I walk past the mirror in the gym and I'm like, oh, shit, wow, what's going on there? You know, I wake up in the mornings and I'm so used to, 20 years having the guts and rolling over and hands touch my stomach. I'm like, wow, we're still there. So it's pretty surreal.
It's incredible. So how's your network reacted to you? Some guys get compliments, some guys get a little bit of hate, some guys get a little bit of, what are you taking? How has your network reacted to you?
It's been really positive. Obviously, I'm pretty close to a lot of workmates because I spend a lot of time up there. Everyone's been brilliant there, especially in the last 12 weeks. The comments, you don't see some guys for a couple of months and they're like, wow, what are you doing? What have you been doing? And there are other comments of, what are you using? Like, I'm looking into this, I'm taking that. And I'm like, dude, I'm doing nothing. Just good food, good exercise and mind on the job. So
spot on. And I tell blokes all the time, like, listen, you're going to eat anyway. So why not eat some things that's going to fuel your body and help you look how you look? And then the excuse of I don't have time, like, mate, you don't have time. Like you were just telling me, you do eight days straight and it's a 12.5 hour minimum day. Is that true?
Yeah, pretty much, yeah.
So how did you find time?
I don't know, I've always had this motto that I plan to sleep for 20 years one day, so sacrifice a bit of it now and actually get the job done first thing in the morning. I feel great once I work out in the morning, so it sets me up for the rest of the day.
Amazing, so, But you get up at like 2 a.m, bro. Like this is not 5 a.m, 6 a.m early start. This is 2 a.m.
Yeah, well, what am I now? Probably 30 years of working life. I've always had an early start to the racing industry and 3 o'clock starts to the normal thing. So to get up at sort of 2:30, when I'm at work, I just do it naturally pretty much,
Yeah, so rewinding that back 45 minutes to get a workout in, not really a big deal.
Nah, not at all.
Not when the payoff's this.
Yeah, absolutely. No, it's been worth it.
And what are some of the results that you've received other than just how amazing you look?
One of the big things I've noticed up at work is that mental clarity. Like, I'm a supervisor on site and sometimes our job is quite intense. You're pulling guys off jobs left, right and centre. You've got breakdowns happening and you're trying to manage, a dozen, 15 plus people at a time. Just that brain fog that I get through the middle of the day when I'm trying to really focus on work and planning for the next day and stuff like that. I'm able to focus a lot better. Wife probably wouldn't agree at home that I focus and the brain fog's not there, but I think that's the biggest thing and just the desire and the want to be better in all aspects has really opened up for me and pushed me along.
So would you say you were a pretty aspirational, motivated person before this, or you were when you're younger and life kind of beat it out of you and now you've reconnected with it?
I was upbeat and positive around everyone, but within I was struggling, just because of that dark cycle of putting on weight, trying to support the family and make money and the stresses of actually keeping our heads above water in all aspects on the home front. So that starts to weigh down. It just spirals. So although I looked at on the outside, I definitely wasn't internally, But now it's changed.
Yeah, and a lot of men do that. Like they're putting everything else first and then they're secretly suffering in silence. And this is giving you the tools to kind of step out of that.
Yeah, and listening to books and things like that, the motivation side of things and the tricks and tips to actually get your mind on the job. And it's all benefited in every way, shape and form,
Well, you've been great in the community as well. So it's funny, the guys that don't get the result, you never hear from them in the school community. The guys that get the great results, they typically post updates, get behind other guys, support the community. Yeah, it's something I wanted to be from the start because I was getting that support from other guys, that had nailed it and doing really well, starting off, new starter, trying to find my way through. And every little bit I'd post, they were all coming in going, dude, great job, keep it up, keep building. So I was sort of at that stage now where I want to be able to motivate other guys to say, yes, you can do it. Like, keep pushing, mate, you got this. So, which is what today will do, man. Yeah, for sure. And it's understated being in that community too, because oftentimes the blokes around you, not all the time, are typically the people you're trying to not become. And, you are that. What is it, the average of the 5 guys that you hang around the most?
Pretty much, yeah.
And if you're constantly around cynical people that are on the piss, etc., it's very difficult to break out of that. So we try to put you in that environment, although it's online, of other guys that are aspiring forward. And your mate Pete has been fantastic. Like even since we've filmed together and he's done his whole rebuild. I was actually telling you before, he stole the Uber driver that dropped him up here on the program.
Yeah, well, like I said, my Uber driver's been here before, so you keep these Uber drivers coming back, you might get them staying soon enough. So,
So do you want to just talk a little bit about how that community's helped you? Like, you obviously drew a fair bit of inspiration. Like, you're on there almost daily, I've noticed, which is fucking great.
Yeah, it's so easy in today's society to get caught up in the whole doom scrolling of Facebook and Insta. And don't get me wrong, I still get on there a bit, but I just wanted to transfer my time into something a little bit more positive where I could. And work's a really good place to do that, because from 6:30 at night till the next morning, you're sitting in your room, family are out doing their thing back home, and you're missing out on stuff, and it's easy to get caught up in the social media trap, and that sort of can lead you down a bit of a dark road. So getting on the apps at night time and things like that, it just gave you a bit more sort of, right, I'm on the page with these guys, they know where I'm coming from. If I'm struggling, reach out, help someone if they need it. It's been a bit of a break away from that social media thing that I was big on before. So yeah,
100%, man. It's garbage in, garbage out. You know, like if all you're scrolling on is what's trending on social media, it's pretty hard to not think that you're failing and behind. You know, you're not rich enough, you're not fucking good looking enough, you're not tall enough, you're not whatever, because social media is it's a highlight reel. It's a fucking trap.
It is, and we're struggling with, you know, the younger society now, and I've got young kids, and you know, you're trying to give them that balance, but at the same time, they need that freedom to figure it out for themselves. So it's a juggling act for everyone.
Yeah, and I've noticed you've kind of come in as the newbie looking for inspiration in school, in our community, and now you've almost taken on like a leadership role. You know, like your post had 40 comments or something like that the other day inside school. Yet I put up a post on social media, there's 3 fucking trolls, no comments. Inside the group, there's 40 people giving you your props.
I don't feel like an inspiration. I just want, if anything, people to look and go, it can be done.
Yeah.
You know, and don't get me wrong, job's not done, man. Like we've said all the way through this community, job's not done, and I want to keep going with the way I'm going, whether it be mentally, physically, both, whatever. But I don't feel like an inspiration. But if I can help someone out, then I'm wrapped.
You know why? Because it's such a small window. You've only been this Warren for 4 or 5 weeks.
Yeah.
You know, whereas you're the previous Warren with the gut and the
10, 15 years.
30% body fat for a decade and a half. So it's very hard to switch that identity. But mate, you've done it in an incredible short period of time. So you should be really proud of yourself, man.
Cheers. No, for sure.
Awesome. Okay, so we just got done with our 2 working sets on tricep pushdowns. I want to ask you a little bit about the why, mate. So why did you do this? Like, you're obviously at a point in your life where enough was enough, or you saw 50 potentially coming.
One thing I heard once, not long before starting, is what you got at 50 is what you got for life. And I think that really hit me. And I was just going through that stage where I was sick of feeling, you know, I hate the word, but fat. Like I just, every morning at work, I'm bending over, you know, on the ground trying to do my laces up, huffing and puffing to get up, feeling like shit every day. And I've been through different stages in life. Back when I was, you know, obviously I was a jockey, and you're competing and you're feeling great at the time. So I knew what it was like to feel better, but I just lost that touch. And I thought, if I don't get my shit together now, I'm screwed. You know, my wife was always at me. Not at me, but in a positive way. You need to get back in the gym, but I knew what I had to do. I just wasn't in there mentally, you know. So trying to shift that focus and make it work and actually get off my ass, it was key.
And then turning 45 years old, mate, did you ever think you'd look like this? Your 45th birthday?
I didn't think I'd ever look like this at any birthday. Even back when I did, I was dehydrated and smashing my body to be able to get on racehorses. I don't think, and I saw my wife the other day, I don't think I've ever felt better in all ways, ever. So yeah.
And you messaged me the other day when we were getting you ready for this, saying that there's not a body part that you're unhappy with.
Nah, it's all come together so well, and I think the way we do the workouts, where each day you focus on something specific. I never had that structure, I never had that idea as to how to do any of that. It's laid out simple form. There's not much that I wasn't happy with at the end of. For sure.
So just assuming someone down the end of the camera doesn't know how it works, what was involved in your rebuild? So how many workouts, how long were they? What did you eat from day to day?
So workouts 5 days a week. You got 2 rest days in amongst that. Our workouts go for an average an hour and a quarter, depending on how many times you stop and chat to everyone else in the gym.
Agree.
And the meals were simple, and it was just whole, no bullshit food. Protein smoothies with berries in the morning, chicken, salad, wraps, lunchtime, steak and veg, and then the odd snack through the day, whether it be some boiled eggs or kiwi fruits and things like that. So basic, simple food, and it all comes together so well. Workouts are mapped out. You got videos to show you how to do it. So it was simple, so simple.
Yeah. And did you find the phone call, the check-in call every week held you accountable as well and was enjoyable?
Yeah, definitely. I was really lucky because I don't think I had a week where I didn't lose. So even sometimes I plateaued and lost less than other weeks, but I had Coach Danny ringing me, and if I had questions through the week, and it wasn't, critically important, I'd give it to him on that Monday and say, dude, what do I do here? I haven't got this equipment, whatever. So how I'm feeling, do I try a different supplement? Like, is there something I'm doing wrong or right? So no, it was quick and easy. It was 5-10 minutes and then bang, you're on your way. So
yeah, it wasn't an hour counselling session, it was just a check-in.
Yeah.
Then obviously you got access to him and me 6 days a week as well.
Yeah.
And it's that thing too, like I say all the time, like it's easy to let yourself down, but it's a bit harder to let down a whole group, a couple of coaches, and in your instance, your mate who had done it.
So
you had like layers of accountability.
That's one thing I've always been big on. If I've got that accountability, I'll step up. It's when I'm left to my own, I know what I need to do, I don't do it.
It's because you're exhausted, man. Because you're being everything for everyone else as a dad, as a business owner, as a husband. Sports, your kids are all playing sports. They're all going through that age where they're becoming adults. So like you take on that. It's your empty, mate. That's the issue. Like a lot of blokes are like, oh, I can do it myself. They've got this bathroom reno mindset about their physique. And I'm like, how's that working out, mate? It's
exactly the conversation I've had with many guys that ask me what I'm doing, how much you're spending. I'm like, you're spending, but I'd rather spend now than spend later. I don't need someone to tell me what to do. I'm like, well, you do, because you're looking the way you're looking, or you're feeling the way you're feeling, and I was much the same.
Well, that's it, man. It's the education that goes with it. Like I tell people, it's that whole, you give a man a meal plan and a training plan, and you fed him for the day or the 8 weeks, or if you actually teach him how to do it, you fed him for a lifetime. It's that old fish, give a man a fish for a day or teach him how to fish. We pride ourselves on teaching you how to fish. Like not only do we take you through the process, but we educate you on every step of the way so that you can then sustain it after you're finished. Ozempic might be a little bit less than us a month. I think it's $800-900 a month, isn't it, Ozempic?
I didn't luckily get down that track.
You didn't get a quote?
I was looking into it. I think it was over $1,000 a time or something. I'm not sure, but I wasn't actually.
Look, I've heard it's around $800-900 a month. Is what I've heard, but that might be something else. Anyway, the problem with that is you're not learning the behaviours, the habits, or the identity shift to actually sustain it. You can't be on the jab forever.
No, exactly.
When you stop it, most people, in my experience from what I've heard, and I have a lot of fucking conversations with overweight men every fucking day, every week, every month of the year, for the last 8 years online, is they put it all back on with interest. So it's like, it might be a little bit cheaper, but the poor man pays twice. You're going to pay again anyway to get the proper help that you need. So
absolutely. It's
a frustrating conversation with people, but
it's been simple. That's the key thing. It's been simple.
You got it, and in 24 weeks, 6 months, that goes by like a blink of the eye anyway. Like we're in August now. Felt like we were in January not that long ago. And I was wearing my Trump hat. Why not win?
Nah, for sure.
And you've done it. Like life's going to be tough as a FIFO guy anyway. 45-year-old dad with 3 kids becoming adult. It's fucking hard anyway.
Absolutely.
Why not win?
You don't need to be throwing other elements into it. So you can make it that little bit simpler through life and just do it.
And you've won in the biggest way, man. Like you look insane.
Cheers. It's been good.
Oldest you've ever been, and you're in the best shape of your life by a fucking mile. And people around you are rightfully asking, what are you on, bro? What are you taking? Like you must be taking something. That's how good you look, man.
A kicker, I think we said earlier, so our mate up at work, he played 150, 200 AFL games for Port Adelaide. He's a fitness guru on site, great for mental health, and every time he's swimming, he's like, oh wow, you're looking great. He goes, what are you doing? What peps you? I'm like, dude, nothing. And he's like, what? Are you kidding? I said, no, nothing. He goes, wow, like, he's blown away. So it's good to be able to sit back and say, I've done it properly. Like I've done it the better way and looked after myself in the process.
Agreed. You're going to be able to sustain it. That's the important part, man.
Yeah, for sure.
Great. Awesome. Let's move on to the next one. All right, so we just got done with doing tricep push downs. Now we're going to do 2 working sets on hammer curls. But I want to ask you, mate, what are some of the things that you tried before? So you mentioned when you end up in the doctor's office to do Ozempic, you thought you tried everything. What were some of those things? So I've been on a couple of different, 10-week challenges, programs. Well, I've been on shitloads of those. I've tried keto to an extent, the intermittent fasting, all kinds of dietary changes. I just got to a point where I felt like I tried everything, but truth was I hadn't actually put in the hard yards and tried it the right way. Okay, so what was the difference with those? I call them one-prong approaches versus what you did with us as a rebuild. I've done well on like a 10-week challenge years ago. I think I lost 13 kilos in 10 weeks, but it wasn't sustainable. It was so bloody hard, intensive workouts and the whole HIIT sort of sessions of high intensity and cardio and burning the calories quick. I just couldn't sustain it. I did a 10-weeker, smashed it, thought I'm just gonna have a week or two, regroup, go again. A week led to a month, led to a year, and it was game over. And it's that set and forget things where you do the 10, the 12 week, and as soon as you're done, they walk away and there's no contact, there's no follow-up, there's no asking more questions to sustain it, there's nothing. So you're kind of left on your own. And that's where like I did a post today talking about make sure you compare apples with apples. And it's like people think that, there's other things out there like the Rebuild. And I'm obviously here to try and convince people that there's not, but also prove through the client experience that it's not. Like online coaching is not give someone a template and then say, good luck, let me know if you've got any questions.
Yeah.
Like you've been in contact with me daily for the last how long? 2 weeks leading up to this?
Yeah, nearly 3 weeks, yeah.
You're surrounded in a community of other guys that are dads going through shit. Daily you're in there getting support.
Yeah.
And there's constant education about what step you're going through, why it is how it is and where we're going, where we're moving.
Yeah, and the good thing about the community too is everyone can bounce ideas off everyone. What might work for you, you handle it on to someone else and they might gain some insight out of it or a bit of value. So that sharing our insights and wins and losses and things like that is such a big thing too. So yeah.
Incredible. All right, mate, so we just got done with hammer curls. You look fucking like a mutant. Insane. I keep telling you would do well on a natural bodybuilding stage. We're going to move over to dumbbell French press now, but before we do, mate, I want to ask you a question. What are your kids and wife saying about the Warren now versus the Warren 24 kilos ago?
It's been good getting their feedback, but at the same time, it's been a bit hard on them too because they see me often. So it wasn't until the other night we were sitting down going through photos and the kids were like, I'd never thought you were as big as what you were until now, So even my lad a couple of weeks ago, we were mucking around and I picked him up with one arm and he's like, oh, that's like Arnie. You're like Arnie, Dad. And I said, who? He goes, Arnie Schwarzenegger. Do you know who that is? I said, Terminator. He's got no idea. The last time I was compared to Arnie Schwarzenegger was twins, Danny DeVito, So, it's been great and the support they've given me too. Not so much in pushing me along, but just giving me that space to do my thing, and not eating meals with them. Like I sit down and eat with them, but different dinners and driving home from sports day outs on the weekends and then guys getting KFC or, a bit of takeaway and me not being a part of that. But them allowing me to just chase what I need to chase and get myself right has been the biggest support, without them realising.
Yeah, that's amazing. And I think there's going to be an unconscious benefit, whether you realise it or not, that Dad doing what he said he was going to do and actually following through.
Yeah.
I think that's, to me, I'm big on this whole dads being leaders, and doing the right thing so their kids are watching their example.
Yeah.
I think it's probably too soon now, like you said, and they probably didn't realise how big you were until they see the pictures and when they watch this and they see YouTube and your old high school mates and family are reaching out to you and all that.
Yeah.
It's that thing that like Dad started something, said he was going to do something and he fucking saw it through.
Yeah.
We need more of this in this society at the moment where everyone likes to have a big mouth and talk shit and follow through is the weakest ever.
Who walks the walk, I guess,
Yeah, well, you've literally walked the walk.
Yeah, no, and having a lad too, like my son, my daughter's a little bit older now, and I, sometimes I think I've not missed the opportunity, but wish I'd done this sooner for them. Showing my lad, who's only a little fella as well, unfortunately it's thrown to my side of the family, and showing him that you can fight for whatever you want to fight for, mate. Like if you want something, you've got to go out and get it, and you've got to put in the hard yards. It doesn't just happen. And everyone who gets somewhere has got there because they've had a crack at it.
Hard work pays.
Yeah, I want him to learn that too, so
Yeah, and mate, if you can't be tall, like me or you, at least be jacked. Yeah. Right?
Well, we could give ourselves something, I guess. Yeah.
If we can't be tall, let's be fucking...
Yeah. I'm used to it. I get a lot of jokes at work and, there's a runaway vehicle heading down the road and I'm like, get on the two-way, that's me, pal. But, it's something I always say to my son, it's not about the size of the dog in the fight, it's the fight in the dog.
Yeah, agree.
So something I always live by and
amazing.
And hope he'll carry through as well,
And all you do now, mate, is just pull up the abs or give him a gun flex. And
I'm still getting used to that, so
Of course, well, it's a new identity. You've gotten the body without, the identity hasn't caught up yet.
No.
Who you see yourself as Warren Hughes is not quite here yet, which is amazing, dude, because usually it's the opposite. It takes the bloke being that person and becoming that person and seeing it and thinking about it for years oftentimes before they were able to get there.
Feeling a lot more confident than I ever have, but it's still taking some getting used to, that this is me now and I want to stay this, obviously I want to stay this way, but of course this is the new me. Let's keep cracking on, so.
All right, so we're taking a breath in between sets. You got a scan how many days ago?
3 days ago.
Friday, was it?
Friday, yeah.
How many kilos of fat is on your body at the moment?
We're down to like 4.5 kilos.
4.5 kilos in total?
Yeah.
And that puts you at?
8%.
8%.
Yeah. I think we had a chat a few weeks back and, I was worried about scans and not being where I wanted to be or where, you know, I would like to try and work towards. And you were like, dude, to get that, you've got to be at this certain weight and this much fat. And then I let it go. I'm like, you know what, I'm stoked anyway. And then when I read the report, I was like, wow.
Yeah, 8%.
Yeah, nuts.
What I say to a lot of clients is like, the numbers are good if you're data driven, and it's good to use that as progress to stay motivated.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, everybody starts this with a goal look in mind. You know, nobody walks around and says, oh, here's my resume, I'm 8%. You get to walk around with your resume every day. The goal is a look, and this look is insane. Like, I'm looking at veins through your chest at the moment, like incredible. And the fact that it scored at 8%, it just kind of goes to show, doesn't it?
It's the cherry on top, but like for me, just to feel better, not just looks wise, but to actually really feel better. To have the energy to get through the day, you know, even on the weekend I was with my lad at the footy and we're out half time of the A grade and kicking the ball on the oval, and walking away from that after 10 minutes kicking the ball, hardly felt like I'd moved.
Yeah.
Whereas, you know, a year ago I would have been huffing and puffing, telling him after a minute, oh, Dad needs a break, you know. So just to feel better inside is the kicker for me. It's amazing.
Yeah. It's interesting because I think a lot of people think that to look this way, it takes away from family time and it takes away from being a dad, being a husband, etc. And I try and tell people it actually gives you more energy to be a better husband, dad, etc. People will look at your physique today and one, they'll say TRT, one, they'll say peptides. You can't convince me otherwise. Armchair experts. But the third thing they'll think is that you're probably eating 6 meals a day, you're doing cardio faster, then you're going and doing weights at night, you're in the gym 12 hours a week. That's the perception on what people think it takes to actually look like this.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
Yeah.
I used to see blokes in the gym go, oh, fuck, I wish I looked like that. I don't have the time to look like that. You know, they must be doing, you know, 2-3 workouts a day and all this cardio and rah. The other thing is there's no cardio. Like, I talk to guys at work and, oh, what are the workouts like? And when I tell them, they're blown away. They're like, oh, how much running are you doing? Are you sweating much? I'm like, I'm on the treadmill for 10 minutes for warm up as a walk, and that is it.
And that's it,
like, wow. So yeah, I never knew that's how it would work. I was doing it all wrong for a very long time. So yeah.
Yeah. Interesting. Awesome. All right, so 2 working sets on the French press, 30 kilo dumbbells today.
Yep.
Not bad for a bloke that weighed in at 60.
Yeah.
Half your body weight overhead with control. We're going to move over to a standing preacher curl now. But I wanted to ask you, mate, so you got a really good result in your first 12-week window, 14 kilos.
Yep.
And you looked like this. So you look good, you look okay. What was it that got you to push through to the next level and not just walk away after 12 weeks being near enough's good enough?
I've done these 10, 12-week programs, and I didn't see this as a program, but I'd done the 10, 12 weekers and walked away and failed every single time. Seeing the progress and how simple it all was, I thought, I'm just getting started. You know, the momentum started to really build, and obviously having, Pete, who's gone a lot longer than just 12 weeks, and seeing what he's been able to do, I wanted to buy in on that, and I didn't believe that after 12 weeks I'd created the habits and systems that I'd be able to carry on. You know, I knew they were there, but was I mentally locked in that I can do this forever? Don't know. Just keep going.
Why risk it?
And at least having that accountability for another 12 weeks or however long I chose to go on for after that. At least having that there made me, stick to what I was doing, and it just helped build those routines for longer so that they become natural habit.
Awesome.
Yeah, I don't want this to be a program, it's a rebuild, and that's what we're doing.
Nailed it, yeah. And like the difference between you 12 weeks in, which is this picture, and then today, to me, that's the money shot.
Yeah.
The first result is actually a bigger scale weight, 14 kilos from here to here. But from here to here, that's when it's like, okay, this guy looks good versus holy fuck, this guy looks amazing.
Yeah. I had that goal, like you said at the start, I guarantee you lose 10 kilos.
Yeah.
So I thought, you know what, let's just do it. And I lost to 10, and I thought, shit, that was easy. Where's the end of this? And back in my competitive days of race riding as a jockey, and I always loved pushing my body back then to see what it's really capable of. And I started to get that hunger back that, you know what have you got in you? Like, what can you push towards? Where's the ceiling on this? Like, let's push it a bit more. So yeah.
Do you think it was going to be this?
Nah, no way.
I mean, the cameraman said before, he's like, you're one of the best guys we've filmed with, and we've filmed with some studs, man. Like Zane Murphy had an incredible, even Pete was amazing, 40 kilos in 9 months.
Yeah.
Newman Ahmed was like ready for stage 2. There's been some incredible guys we've filmed with, and you're right up there, man.
I don't know. It like I say, it all feels surreal. I'm just happy being me now and enjoying the ride and want to continue it on. Yeah.
Well, that's it. And you've signed on for another block, and that block's goal is for us to build your calories up to a level where you can introduce some balance again. You can go out with the wife. You can have a couple of these takeaway meals, once or twice a week with the kids on the way home from sports, etc. And you'll never get past like 10, 12% body fat.
Yeah.
In the old bodybuilding days, it was called reverse dieting. I call it a rebuild, metabolic priming. You can call it what you want. It's just building your maintenance calories up to a level where you'll never ever get fat again.
Yeah. And for me, it's not about, wanting to go out and have takeaway once a week and but I'm at the stage now where I don't actually miss it. Like, don't get me wrong, I'd love to have a piece of chicken or a burger at the footy with the kids without having to worry about, prepping food and things like that. But it's easy what I'm doing. So, and I'm not actually missing it as much as I thought I would. There will come a time where, we'll do a Friday night fish and chip night or whatever. And I'll just...
You'll have that guilt-free.
Yeah, exactly.
Because your metabolism can handle it.
Yeah.
Whereas the old Warren, it fucking couldn't handle it, mate.
No, it couldn't handle having a good meal. I was that bad back then, But if I had a steak and veg, it would have rejected it, wondering what's going on here. So
Yeah. And we were just talking before off camera about how good it feels eating healthily over an extended period of time. Like you've been eating a kiwi fruit a day, steak every day, I believe.
Yep. Yeah.
Protein smoothie with blueberries. You've been doing a super green sup, lemon, cranberry juice, orange juice, full fat dairy. You've been eating really well for 23 weeks now. Your body's just become a food terminator. It's just become a machine.
Yeah, and I think keeping it simple, like you guys said from the start, the less confusion we throw the metabolism, the quicker we can get it going again.
Yeah.
And now I know what good food does to me and the way I feel, whereas before, because I was just throwing anything and everything into my body, whether it be, KFC one day and then a chicken salad the next day and bacon egg burgers the next morning. It doesn't
back
know
on the tuna cans.
Yeah, it doesn't know what to do, and then you think you're going to get back on the straight, and you do it for a couple of days and go, oh, that's shit. I'm still feeling like crap. So you go back to your old habits.
100%. Yeah. And talking about alcohol.
Yep.
Were you a drinker before this? Was it easy to give up? Was it hard to quit?
It was easy for me. Like I was obviously in my younger years. I used to love a party and things like that. Probably the last 10, 15 years since having kids, I've backed right off. I'm not a big drinker. Don't get me wrong, I'd love a session, things like that. But once I started this, I committed. I'm like, you know what, let's nut everything out. I was big on energy drinks. I was big on sugary foods and things like that. Let's cut it all out and start from scratch. I think I've had 2 or 3 glasses of wine in the last 5-6 months. One was our 20th wedding anniversary. We went on a camping trip by the campfire, and then one at our grandmother's funeral a couple of weeks ago. So that's it, and I haven't missed it at all.
So it's worth the trade-off to get here.
For sure.
Yeah. Awesome. So what was the pivotal moment when you realised you had to do something about your weight?
Not being able to be involved in my kids' sport. My lad is just an Energizer bunny, loves his basketball and footy, and he'd love for me to come and muck around with the basketball training. When I refused him to go and train with him because I was embarrassed, I was so out of shape. When he left me and I sat in the car that day and I thought, fuck, what are you doing, mate? Like, I don't get this time back with my kids. I don't want him to have memories of me going, oh, Dad liked watching me in sport, but he never really got involved and things like that. I don't want that. I don't want that for my kids. That's when I knew, you pull your head out your ass and actually do something. Once he moves on and moves out, obviously in time, and he's going to look back at his childhood. I don't want that for him to sit there and go, Dad, didn't get too involved, or Dad was a bit lazy, or Dad was always tired and grumpy. I want him to have great memories, and that was the kicker for me.
Yeah, amazing. All right, mate, wrapped up with the arm workout. Congratulations on a very impressive rebuild.
Cheers, mate.
24 kilos in 23 weeks.
Yeah, roughly, yeah.
30% body fat down to 8% body fat.
Yeah.
Father of 3, FIFO, grueling roster, schedule, a couple of decades being fat, shifted your identity quickly. What would you say to the bloke out there who maybe thinks that they're too old or they're too far gone?
Yeah. We all get down that road where we just, we think I'm past it. The job's, it's past me, I can't do it. I'm too busy, I'm too that. Once you just piss off all the excuses, man, and just have a crack. Like, what do you got to lose? Even this experience, this rebuild, you sign in, you do your 12 weeks, you're gonna lose 10 kilos. It's pretty bloody simple, and I guarantee you, once you lose that first 10, you get a hunger for more. It's just about getting your ass off the couch and just making it happen. No one else is gonna do it for you if you don't just get up and have a crack. Simple as that. You owe it to yourself, you owe it to your family, you owe it to everyone else who who wants to see the best of you, it's simple. Just do it. Just get in and do it.
Yeah, you said a few times today that it's simple.
It's not bloody simple, don't get me wrong. It's harder in terms of the meal prepping and the focusing on your routines and stuff like that. But once you set it up, then it's simple to follow.
Yeah.
You know, that's I've been asked a lot of times, oh, you must have worked your ass off, and I sit back and go, yeah, I did, but I didn't, because I'd had those routines, I'd had those systems laid out for me. I just followed it. One of the greatest things, Pete, when he did it and then got me on board, he said, one thing I'll tell you is do everything they tell you to do. Don't stick anything in your mouth. Don't do any workout that they haven't told you to do. Follow what they do, man, and you'll sail through. So, and that's how easy it was in terms of that. So yeah.
We call that trust the process.
Yeah.
Are you glad you did?
Absolutely, and thank you so much.
You're welcome, man.
Thanks to Danny, my online coach as well, who checks in with me weekly, bouncing ideas off. Yeah, you guys rock. You know, it's great to have someone who is there to better us Aussie blokes, and the page that you're on with us is next level. You know, to understand what we go through, sift through our bullshit excuses and say, man, cut to the chase, just what do you want out of life? Put us on the spot and make us accountable. If it's not for you guys helping us out, we wouldn't be where we are now. Thanks for everything, and yeah, looking forward to continuing on as we keep saying job's not done.
That's it, man. Yeah. And thank you for being another inspiration. You're the 50th guy I filmed with. Not here because I've only been in this place for 12 months, but in total. So 50th bloke, most of them are dads. I think there's maybe 2 or 3 that aren't dads, but you know, I need guys to come in and actually commit to their word and trust the process to inspire the next guy. So on behalf of MPT, mate, thank you for doing it. Thanks to Pete Keynes for the referral.
On you, Pete, you're a legend.
And for pushing Warren when Warren was a little bit sceptical, which is fine. Skepticism is okay. And just to touch on, just to summarise, you know, what I say is it's simple, but it's not easy.
No.
It's simpler than people think. Yeah. But the difficulty is getting out of your own way, not listening to people around you, and actually sometimes doing the work when you don't feel like doing it.
Yeah.
Some days I'm sure you didn't want to do the meal prep. I'm sure you're like, I don't really feel like cooking this today.
Yeah.
But you did it anyway.
Yeah, and that's what I mean. The simple part is the process. Getting home on a Sunday night after a weekend full of kids' sport, run around the countryside, realising shit, I've got a kilo's worth of chicken to get in the pan and get ready for the week.
Yep.
But you do it once you've got the routines and the habits. It just happens.
And something I always use when I was meal prepping. To be clear, I don't anymore because my metabolism's rebuilt and I just kind of intuitively eat. Which is my goal for all you guys once you're done, is I would put on audiobooks and listen to audiobooks while I was cutting up chicken and doing all that kind of stuff. So like that helped me. That kind of got me in that mindset and made a negative chore very positive. You know, 2 minutes into listening to something, inspirational, uplifting, I was like, I'm doing the right thing with this meal prep. This is good,
Yeah.
So,
no, for sure. Been a blast.
Yeah,
Loved
awesome. Congrats again, mate. And hopefully you've inspired the next bloke.
Yeah, get on board.
Well done.